Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are wrapping up another quarter, and this is going to be my 50 products that I want to pan this year list, and I make sure that I update this every single quarter so you can stay on track with how I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to do today. I can't believe we only have one quarter left, so basically 3 months, just slightly under 3 months because I'm filming this on the 6th of October. I can't believe that is all I have left of the year. That is absolutely insane to me. I have definitely not finished up as many products as I would have liked by this point, but I'm still really happy, and I do have quite a few empties to talk about today, and I also have some really good progress, so that I think that I can finish quite a few more before the end of the year, although I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all 50 products, but that is okay. Whenever I roll in these 50 products into this project, which I've been doing for I think the last 3 years, I never really intend to finish all of them. Well, that would be ultimately the goal, but if I finish, 35 plus, that is counted as a success in my eyes. So that's going to be the same this year too. I will of course let you know where I'm sitting with all the products, but before I jump into that, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So as I go through the list, I will skip over a couple products that I have already finished, but I will still mention them briefly. I just won't show you them because I do have them in like my yearly empties bag, not in like my current stash, I guess. So if you want to check out the products that I already finished, you can check out the 2 previous updates for this series. But we're going to start off with the first product, which was the Revolution White Concealer, which I finished up in quarter 2, so that one is already complete. The second product though is one that I still was working on in quarter 3, and that is another concealer type of product. That is this one right here, which is the Becca Under Eye Corrector, and I'm very happy to say that I was able to finish this one. I finished this one up quite a long time ago. I think it was a month and a half at least, if not 2 months ago, I finished this one, and it was in my year-long rolling project pan, and I was actually working on this one last year as well for a bit, but I was able to finish it this year. If you watched my last project pan video that went up a couple of days ago, you might have seen that I actually rolled in a new one of these into that project. It is brand new, so it will definitely take me some time to finish, and I'm not expecting to do that this year. I just want to track it in that project to see how long it takes to actually finish it from start. But yeah, this is the first product I'll talk about, and it is an empty. Then the last concealer type of product we have was the Kosas concealer, which I finished up in quarter 1, so that one has been gone for quite a long time. The next product though is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, which was in the shade Natural 05. This one was also in my yellow project pan, but I'm happy to say that this one is also finished. This one I actually only finished in the last update, so it hasn't been gone for very long, but if you squeeze it there, you can see that nothing else is going out. I have like gone ahead and like squeezed it this way too, and it is now completely finished. So I'm really happy, and this wasn't really my favorite product. I did enjoy the effect of it, but the undertone was just way too pink tone for me, so it didn't really suit my skin the best. So I am now quite happy that I finished this one because I can reach for things that I feel like is better skin tone wise. When I first got this one into my collection, I was considering repurchasing it once I finished this one up, but I think I've found better things that I like now, and I would rather buy those again than this one, even if I do get my correct color. So yeah, that is this one right here, and it is another empty. Then I'm going to jump quickly over the next 4 products because they are already finished and been finished for a while now. First up, we have the Heimish Artless Glow Base, which I finished in quarter 1. We have my Benefit Professional Mini Primer, which I finished in quarter 2. And then we have 2 more products that I finished in quarter 1. We have the Milk Makeup Setting Spray and the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder. Both of them again have been gone for quite a long time. I do however have 2 more powder products, and the first one is my Kosas powder. This here is in the shade Comfy, and it is their Cloud Set powder. Before I have always talked about this one in this project, saying I had not yet started using it, but I am happy to say that I have now rolled this one into a project. Of course, as you can see, it is not finished, and I still have quite a lot of product left, and I am still hesitant if I can finish this one. I doubt that I will get through this one this year, to be honest, just because the next product I'm going to talk about has taken me way longer than I expected to get through. But this one right here is a little bit deep for me, so I also can't use it all over the face, but I will use this one to like set across like my face. And so far I only reached for it a handful of times, but I'm expecting this one to get a lot more use very soon. and I'm gonna do my best to finish it, although again I don't think I'm gonna quite get there. Then the last base product that I have, and also powder product, is this one right here, which is my Chanel powder, which I have been working on for majority of the year. This one is also a bit deep for me, and it might look empty when you look in here. However, if you have been following along my product pan, you know that I did actually repress this, which didn't work out, so then I ended up crushing this one into a loose powder, which I'm keeping in here. And you might be able to see there, oh sorry, you can't see there, but you can see now there at the bottom there is a tiny amount of product left. There really isn't much at all. I already had a very little amount left at my last product pan update, and I've been continuing using this one, and I reckon that I only have like 5 to 10 uses left in here, so it's going to be done very soon. But it is not quite done this quarter, and that is also why I haven't been able to reach for that Kosas powder as much as I would have wanted. But as soon as this one is done, all my focus is going to go to the Kosas powder. So I reckon that's going to have a lot more progress on it before the end of the year. Again, I'm not sure if I can finish it, but this one I will definitely get through. So the next product we're going to talk about are cheek products. And first up we have my Panda face palette for the year. That is the MAC Flashing Eyes Extra Dimension Skin Finish Trio, and I have mine in the shade Light. I am of course trying to get through this year, but if you're following again that project, you will know that I will not be able to get through the whole palette. But I am currently trying to get through this shade right here, and then at least hit pan on this one, if not both of them. So yeah, this one won't be done before the end of the year, and that is okay. But I do think that I can hit my new goals, which again is finishing this shade and hit pan on at least one of these. Fingers crossed. I really hope I can, but this is definitely a harder formula than I expected to finish. Much harder than other kind of highlighters that I've panned in the past, even though some highlighters has taken forever as is, but this is definitely a really hard formula to get through. So no matter how far I get with this one, I'm going to be very proud, and if I can just have one of these highlighters out by the end of the year, that is now with my reset goal is going to be a success. But I did actually finish up another highlighting palette earlier this year, which probably also means that I didn't finish as much of this one as I wanted, and that is the Sleek Solstice highlighting palette. I finished that one up in Q2. That was a rollover from last year, but that one has been done since again Q2. Then if that isn't enough highlighters, I am clearly crazy because I had another highlighter rolled into this project, and that is the Pie The Impossible Glow, which is a liquid highlighter. And I worked on this one last year. It was brand new, and I was able to finish that much. And then this year I worked on this side, and I was able to finish it this past quarter. I only started reaching for this one in like spring, summertime, because I do prefer reaching for this one like in the summer. I just really like it that way, and I fell in love with this product. I would definitely consider purchasing it again, but this one is now done, which means another empty for this quarter. Then we do have my blush, so another cheek product, and luckily I only have one blush that I want to finish this year, and that is the Frat Boy blush by The Balm. And that is, like I said, very lucky, because this one is a super slow moving blush, but I have been able to pan on this one. I can't remember if I pan in this past quarter or in Q2, but either way you can see that now the pan is getting a little bit larger. I clearly have a lot of product left in here, and there's no way this blush is going to be done this year, but I will try to get through as much as I can, and then I'm just going to have to make the decision at the end of the year whether I want to try to finish next year, I want to declutter it, or just put it back in my collection. But I think I'm going to decide on that when we get to the end of the year. In the meantime, I'm of course just going to continue working on it, and it's the blush that I wear most of the time. I'm wearing it today, so it does get a lot of use from it. Continuing on with cheek products, we have bronzes next, and I have finished up one bronzer already this year, which was my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Bronzer, and I finished that one up in Q1. And then the second bronzer that I'm currently trying to finish is this one here, which is my LYS No Limit Matte Bronzer, and the shade is Motivate, which is considered a light shade, although I don't really agree with that. I think this one is a little bit deep, at least for something like someone like my skin tone, and I'm not that deep. Like, I'm quite pale, not like, I know that I'm not the palest out there, but I still consider quite pale, and this one is definitely quite deep on me. And as you can see, I have hit pan on this one as well. I do believe I hit pan on this one very early in this quarter, and I have been continuing expanding this one. I do again have quite a lot of product left in here, but I feel like the pan is relatively thin. Although again, the color of this is a little bit deeper, so I can't use too much every single day, and I feel like it's also quite firmly pressed in here. So this is another product that I'm not sure if I'm going to get through. I would love to finish this one before the end of the year, but I'm not sure if it's 100% realistic. But it's still on, like, from this list is still one of the products that I am going to try to aim to finish, but again, we're just going to see how far it gets. It is again in my rolling project pan, so I do use this one almost every single day, and I'm wearing it again today. And then the product that I always mix that bronzer with to make it a little bit lighter but also a little bit more kind of cool tone, because that one is quite warm toned, is the contour powder that I'm trying to finish. And this one I am definitely not going to be able to get through this year because I haven't even hit pan on it yet, and that is my Kevin Aucoin sculpting powder. I have had this one in my collection for so long, and it's about 9 years now since I purchased this one. I purchased this one in like autumn winter in 2016 because I lived in Chicago at that point, so I know exactly when I bought it. And yeah, it's definitely quite old, but it still works nice. And I have realized that I don't really like contour, like a pure cool tone contour powder like this, and that's why I'm mixing it with my bronzer, and it's working really nicely for that purpose. And I have been enjoying it, but it is moving quite slowly because I don't use that much whenever I use it. And I also use quite a big fluffy brush, so I think I'm like lowering down the pan quite evenly. And I don't know if you can see like up on this side of the pan that is like showing the side pan a little bit. And so I do think it's again wearing it out quite evenly, and I do have a little bit of a dip in the center, but I do think it's taking me longer to hit pan on this one compared to if I used it as a pure contour, because I would use a bit more of a targeted brush that way. But this one is of course in the project still. Alright, so those are all of the cheek products and face-based products that I have in this project. The rest of the products are eyeshadows and lip products. We have quite a few of those to get through. The first thing is my Anastasia Soft Glam palette, which is one of my 2 Panda palettes, and this one I'm of course trying to get through. If you haven't seen my most recent Panda palette update, check that out before you look at the next footage, because I don't want to have any spoilers. But this is what the palette looks like now. I have used it a little bit since my palette update, but not that much, but there might be a few differences here and there. Right now my goal is to finish everything apart from the black. The black is kind of unofficially decluttered. I'm still counting uses on it, and I'm still having it as an eyeshadow in my collection, but that one is going to go by the end of the year no matter what. I might try to hit pan on it before the end of the year, but I'm not going to force it. But the rest of the palette I do want to try to finish, and I think I'm doing relatively well. I'm a little bit concerned with like Mulberry and Cypress Umber, because they are very deep shades, and I don't reach for these kind of deep shades very often right now. But I'm going to continue trying to make Frankens. I don't have too many like lighter shades in here, and this month I'm actually going to try to finish both this shade and this shade and hit pan on this shade. And once I've done that, I only really have this shade right here left as like a transition shade. So I might try to Franken a new shade, maybe some more of Mulberry. I also have my brow shade right here, which you can see is running very low. And once that's done, I'm going to use a little bit more of Cypress Umber again and make more of a brow shade, because that is what I use. I use Cypress Umber and then some lighter shades. And hopefully by doing that, I should be able to get through those shades. I know that I'm going to have to start making more deeper looks moving forward, and a lot more kind of neutral looks. Like today I played with makeup but did like a more pure colorful look, but I think I'm gonna have to make a lot more neutral looks as well, and if I want to get through this one, so you might see a lot of those moving forward. But that's fine. I'm gonna try to make like a few pops of colors here and there, of course. But yeah, that's why I'm sitting with my soft glam palette. I still have a lot of hope that I will be able to finish this one, again minus the black. Then majority of the rest of the shadows that I'm panning, not all of them, majority of them is in here, and that is my Panda palette, the BYOP version. So I have a BYOP palette with singles that I'm trying to finish this year, and each one of these counts as an individual product because they are all individual in my like makeup inventory. So let's go through them quickly, and I have kind of decided which ones I want to focus in on in this palette and actually try to finish. So this shade right here, I will try to do my best, but I'm not expecting to finish this one. This one here and this one here I'm trying to finish though, so yeah, hopefully I can get through those two. The shade here is a new empty. So this shade here was the Shadow Bombawi from Glam Shop. I have been able to finish this one in the last quarter, which is extremely exciting. Very happy. Anytime I have an eyeshadow empty, I'm just very excited. I did also finish another shadow from my soft glam palette in the last quarter, but you can check out all the eyeshadows that I hit pan on and finished in the Q3 if you want to see which one I finished from there. Because obviously that doesn't count as an individual product in this project, although it helps towards my goal of finishing soft glam. But yeah, Bombawi is done, which is amazing. Then this shade here called Laser, I am hoping to finish same as this one right here, which is, sorry, no, this one isn't Laser, this is the shade Starlight. And then Laser right here, both of them I'm trying to finish this year, so Yeah, I'm trying to get through this one, this one, this one, this one, but then this one right here again, and then this one too. I am not gonna try to get through, and I don't think you can get through all of the shadows in here, so I'm again focusing on the main ones that I think I can get through. Then we have this one, which looks like it's empty. This is the NYX the Potted kind of cream shadow. It was from the In New Element Air palette originally, and that one looks like it's done, like I said, but I do have a little bit of this one left in my Soft Glam palette. It is frankened into my brow shade, and then that kind of light camely transition shade that I have not yet to plan on. So once I finish those two shades, this one will be done, and I do think I will do that before the end of the year. So this one will definitely be done before the end of the year, just not quite yet. This shade here, which is Kaleidoscope from Colourpop, I will not get through, and that is okay. This shade here I have also finished in the last quarter. That is the shade Prima Drama from Colourpop. So that is another empty for the quarter, which is super exciting. And then this shade here at the bottom is Champs, also from Colourpop. That one I'm hoping to also get through this year. So in this palette, I'm hoping to finish 6 more shades. I'm hoping to finish this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, plus this shade, which is currently only in my Soft Glam palette. So as I mentioned, we had another handful of shadows that are not in those two palettes, and the first one of those is my Stila Magnificent Metal in Metallic Peach, which is currently in my rolling project pan. It is something I'm trying to finish in that project. I did recently repress this one because it was overdue for repress, and I'm slowly trying to pan there in the center. As you can see, I am wearing this one on Sunny Corner highlight today. That's how I use it most of the time. It is a really nice kind of sparkly topper as well, but it's not as refined as some of my indie shadows. So I currently not finding myself reaching for this one as much as I used to, and it is super pretty, but it's also quite old in my collection, and I just feel like it doesn't compete with other shadows in my collection right now. So because of that, I always said in this project that I was super determined to get through this one this year, but I don't want it to turn into a hate pan, and I feel like considering how much is left in here, I would have had to reach for this one on my lid very regularly to get through it, and I'm just not ready for that. This is a massive eyeshadow as well. It has 2 grams of product, which is quite a lot, and I just feel like I'm going to do my best to get as much use out of it as I can this year. And then at the end of the year, I think I'm going to end up decluttering this one unless I just have a tiny bit left. Then I'm going to roll into next year and use it that way. But most likely it's going to be a clutter at the end of the year. I just do not have it in me to try to reach for this one, you know, every other day or every third day just to get through it. Apart from as an indie corner highlight, but I don't think I'm going to get through it as an indie corner highlight. I just don't use enough products that way. So I'll do my best with this one, but it is of course still hanging around, and you're just gonna have to see how far I get with this in the next update or finale of this 50 products I want to pan in 2025 list. But if you want to see it in the meantime, it is again currently in my rolling project pan, so you can follow along there if you want to see how I get on with this one from month to month. And then the final eyeshadow that I have on the list is the Burberry eyeshadow in Rosewood, which I actually already finished. I finished that one up in quarter 1, so that one has been gone for a long time as well. Alright, so the remaining products that we have are lip products, and I have them mainly in this tray right here, so I'm going to go through them in order and talk you through them. I have 3 MAC lipsticks, which I still currently have all here. I haven't finished any of them yet this year. The shade Relentlessly Red I worked on earlier this year, but I took a break from it because I just felt like it wasn't what I wanted to wear in like the summertime. So I took this one out of the project, and honestly I don't know if I'm gonna get through this one this year. I might end up decluttering this one as well at the end of the year, but for now it's still hanging around. One product though that I am currently working on in that project, my product Apocalypse, is my MAC Ruby Woo. I think I have slightly less of this one left, and I do prefer this one a lot. This is my favorite red in my collection, and before rolling into that project, and I think I only have like max 5 uses in that project, so not very much. All of the rest of the use on this has been organic use. I have never really had this one in a project, and that just shows you how much I love it. I have a backer of this one as well, which is why I want to pan it. I just want to start using the more fresh one, but I do absolutely love this one, and it is my go-to every single time I want to wear a red lip. And then we have the final MAC lipstick, which is here, and that is the shade Please Me, which I also had in my product Apocalypse rolled out, but I recently rolled it back in, actually at the last update, and that's how much I have left of it. I do think it has moved a little bit since I rolled it into that project. I've used this one as a cream blush a couple of times, and also on my lips. It is definitely something that I feel like works better with more cool tone looks, and that's kind of why I rolled it out during the summer months, because I was going for more warm tone looks, but now I am kind of switching up on this. I'm doing more warm tone looks like today, and other times when I do more cool tone looks, I wear this one again on my lips and as a cream blush. Another product that has been in that project for a long time, which I still haven't finished, is my Milani matte lipstick in the shade Naked. This one has a lot of progress as well, but you can see I still have a decent amount left, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through this one. I will do my very best, but we're just going to have to see. At least I'm making good progress on it, so if I don't finish it this year, I do think I should be able to finish it up early next year. Then a product that I will definitely not finish this year, and I really haven't been able to get into panning that much, is this one here, which is my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Medium lipstick. And actually, it's not very old in my collection, so it's not the end of the world that I'm not panning it. The reason why I want to pan it though is because I actually have 2 of these, so I want to get out the older one so I can only have one and not a backup. But I reached for this one with 50 uses in my deco panning, and apart from that, I have not had it in a project, but I do still reach for this one from time to time, especially now when we hit autumn. It just really suits me much better in autumn time, and it goes better with the looks I do. And I also use this one as a mixed lipstick. I really like mixing it with that matte Naked lipstick from Milani. So yeah, I do still get use out of it, but it's just definitely not going to be finished this year. I have, however, finished up our Charlotte Tilbury lipstick already this year in this project, and that was the Pillow Talk Diamond lipstick in Lucky Diamonds. That was done in Q1. And then the next lipstick I am also definitely going to finish, and this is the Dior Lip Glow, which is currently in my rolling project pan. I'm trying to finish it there. I think it's been in now for 3 months or something like that. So I've been moving slowly with it, but it is a really nice formula. It's very hydrating, and this is all I have left of it. I am expecting to finish this one this month, and I don't think it's going to be that hard, and I do reach for this one more now as like a hydrating lipstick since the seasons are changing. I really like wearing this one a lot, and even more so than lip glosses. So again, I don't think it's going to be any issues finishing this one, and my goal is going to be to finish it throughout the month of October. Then we have a lipstick I'm actually wearing today, and that is this one here, which is my YSL Rouge Pro Couture lipstick in 17. This one is definitely more of a summery shade, as you might be able to see here. But you also might be able to see that I don't have very much left of this one, so I'm trying to get through this one as soon as possible. I am wearing this one actually both as a cream blush, and I kind of half underpaint, apply it, and then I blend it in with my foundation as I apply it over the rest of my skin. So I don't apply a full layer of foundation over it, but I kind of blend it over with foundation to kind of make it melt into my skin so much better. So I wear it as a cream blush, but I'm also wearing it on my lips mixed with something else I'm going to talk about later. I will let you know when that comes up. So I'm still trying to make this work even though we are out of the summer season, because I really do want to get this one out this year. And again, it would be nice to finish this one in the month of October. Not sure if that's feasible. I think it depends on how many more warm tone looks I do. Otherwise, I'm going to reach more for like the Please Me lipstick as like my other priority. And then this one I'm just gonna wear again for those warm tone looks, and if I don't finish it in October, I definitely think I can finish it in November. So it's another lipstick that I will 100% have done before the end of the year. We have another lipstick that recently rolled into my product apocalypse. This is the Smashbox Mini Be Legendary lipstick in the shade Famous, which looks like this. It is a really nice light peach color, which I have reached for a little bit, but not that much yet since it got it rolled into the project. And honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get through this one fully this year, but I'm just gonna try to make as much progress on it as I can. Then another lipstick that I will not finish this year because I have not rolled into any projects yet. I might roll into a project, but I definitely won't finish it, and that is my Balmain lipstick from L'Oreal, and this is in the shade Fever, which is a really cool kind of orangey shade. This is what it looks like, and I really like the tone of it. It's like a rusty orange, but again, I just haven't had it rolled into a project yet, and that is why I'm not going to be able to finish it. Again, I will try to maybe roll into a project if I have an open space for lip product this autumn winter, because I do love wearing this one in like September, October, November, so that would be around this time. But just haven't had a chance to roll into a project yet, and that is okay. If I do, I hope to get some progress on it so I can finish it next year instead. However, we do have some success stories too. I know a lot of these sounds very negative, but we do have some success stories. The next one is one of those, and this is the NYX This Is Everything lip oil, which I had in my product apocalypse as well. And I was actually able to finish this one, and you might be able to see there on the side that it is completely empty now. Let me show you. So hopefully there, and then you might be able to see from the bottom as well that it's done. So very happy to have another empty. Yeah, I haven't been able to finish as many lip products this year as I would have hoped, but I kind of expected that as well with having my baby, just because I don't wear lip products at home as much because I don't want to get it on her. So whatever I can finish lip product wise, I'm gonna be happy with, and again, this is one of them. Another gloss type product that I'm really hoping to finish this year is this one here, which is my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Juicy Gloss in the shade Apricot Pop. And this one was basically completely full at the beginning of the year, but I have been able to make pretty good progress on it. Obviously I have quite a bit of ways to go still, but you might be able to see there on the side that I have marked it, and I have used it a little bit since the last update, so it's probably slightly below that mark now. This one doesn't really settle very easily, but yeah, I'm gonna continue working on it. And I think if I continue using this as like my main hydrating lip gloss at home, because something like this I'm not too worried about wearing at home with my baby, just because it's for the most part quite clear. It does have a little bit of color to it, but not much, and it is also very hydrating, so it's a good everyday type of lip product for me. And because of that, I am still, fingers crossed, gonna be able to finish this one this year. Then we have two really good products yet again. We're gonna start off with this lipstick right here, which is from Burberry, and this is the lip cover lipstick in the shade Tea Rose, which was also in my Project Apocalypse. And as you can see right here, I was able to finish this lipstick as well. Very, very exciting. And this is another product that was finished in this quarter, so that means another empty. I did really like this lipstick, but before we wouldn't repurchase, it's not like something super special, even though I did again enjoy it. And then the second one I held up, which is also an empty, is this lip gloss right here, which was my go-to kind of everyday gloss whenever I go out. I wore this one a lot, and this is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Topaz, and there is a tiny bit left there at the bottom, but I can't reach it with the wand. I took out the stopper and everything, and I just can't reach it, so I am not bothered to get like a spatula or anything in there, just because I have other lip products to focus on, and I did my very best with this one. And I really love this formula. It's amazing. I do have a couple other shades of this in my collection. This was probably my least favorite shade, although I definitely would have purchased this one again now when I have panned it, because I did really enjoy it. It's more of a shimmery type of gloss, which before wasn't my preference, but I quite enjoy them now compared to again before. I do have similar color to this, so in my Fenty lip glow kind of formula. So I don't know if I would repurchase this one, even though again I really enjoyed it. So we have a couple more products to go. Next up is the lip product that I have mixed with the YSL today, and that is my Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink Lipstick in the shade Loyalist. And I recently rolled this one into my product pan, like very recently, like in my last update, which is a couple days ago. I don't know how much I have left in here, but when I do this I can feel there's a lot of space in here, so I don't think it's too much, although the wand does still come up very covered, so I know it's going to take a lot more work. But I honestly have no idea if I'm going to finish this one this year or not. I do really like it as a mixer lipstick. It is quite pale on its own, but I like mixing it with, again, the YSL lipstick. I tried that, I think, a couple of days ago, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to continue doing that, because it's another way to get the use out of that really bright summer shade in a more wearable way for the season. I also really like mixing it with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk medium lipstick, because that's a bit deeper, so it kind of creates this really nice, like almost 90s contoured lip, which I really like. So that's some ways that I like using this one, and again I'm going to continue reaching for that way, and we're just gonna have to see if I can finish it or not. Then my new kind of go-to everyday gloss is this one right here, which is a mini Fenty Gloss Bomb, and this one is in the shade Fenty Glow Fantasy, which is more of an orangey shade. It is a little bit more of a, like, autumnal orange though. It definitely has like rustiness to it, and it also has a bit of a goldeny kind of sheen running through it, so again, definitely more autumnal. I really just rolled this one into the project, but there's a little bit of windowing there at the top, and I do think I should hopefully be able to get through this one, because again it's going to be my go-to everyday gloss now, and after I finished up the Maybelline one. So fingers crossed I can finish this one too, and it's going to be definitely another focus. Then we have two last products on the list, and they're both Colourpop lipsticks. One I've already finished, which is the shade Boa. Finished that one in Q2. And then the second one is my Colourpop lipstick in Chateau, which is a really deep vampy shade. And I do reach for this one every now and then. I currently have it in my deco panning for, I think, 10 uses or something like that, so I do try to get some use out of it, and it is kind of the perfect color for the season, but I don't reach for these really bold lips very often. I still have a lot of product left in here. I'm not going to roll it all the way up because it's very messy, and it also doesn't go back down on its own. But this is another product that I don't think I'm going to finish this year, and again, that is okay. So those were all of the products on the list, and to sum it up, previously in Q2 I had finished a total of 11 products, which was 22% of the list, so obviously quite behind the 50% I should have been at. And this quarter, I'm still behind, but I feel like I'm doing better than I have in the past. So in this quarter, I was able to actually finish 8 products, which is 16% of the full list, which is really good. This is actually the best quarter so far. In quarter 1, I was able to finish 14%, 7 products, and quarter 2, 8%, 4 products, so definitely better. And that gives me a total of 19 products finished, which is 38% of the list. And again, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all of these, but I'm hoping to maybe finish, I don't know, 15 more products. That would be amazing. 10 to 15 more. And you know, that would get me to close to 35, and then I will also maybe declutter some. So ultimately I will try to have 35 products off of this list by the end of the year, whether they are decluttered or finished. That would be like my ultimate goal. And I think the rest of the products I might put them out to my collection to give them a break, or I might roll them over to next year. We'll see. But that is going to be it for my update today. If you're doing something similar to this, let me know how you're doing, how far have you gotten, and how many products do you have left to finish this year from your list. Of course, technically I do still have, 31 products left to finish, which is quite a lot, but as you can see, a lot of them have good progress. Some of them, you know, I haven't even started on, but I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 products that haven't been in any project. Well, I'm not counting if they're in like for 10 uses, for example, like I said in the My Deco Panning. So 4 products so far are not currently in a project, which I think is pretty good, and all of those are lip products, and again, not using as much lip products as I was hoping. So that's going to be it. I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys!